All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. We're talking about the Pittsburgh Steelers back in the winning column, 9-3 after a 44-38 victory against the Cincinnati Bengals. Russell Wilson threw for 414 yards. The Steelers offense in total, 520 yards of offense. The announcer was saying it's unfortunate, but it is true, or it's funny, but it is true. This used to take the Pittsburgh Steelers like 2 or 3 games to amount to 520 total yards of offense, folks. 44-38 win here. Russell Wilson was on point. He had 1 interception. It was to George Pickens. Cam Taylor-Britt took it to the house early on in the first quarter. Don't even let that fool you. I don't know how this game was 44-38. I don't know how Cincy was even able to put up 38. The defense did a really good job. I guess honestly, the reason is probably, first off, it's a divisional game on the road, but it's Joe Burrow and the Cincinnati Bengals, and they're still a top, 7 offense in the NFL, top 6, top 5 offense. There were way too many penalties. Pittsburgh in general had 9 penalties for 103 yards, but thankfully Cincinnati had 11 for 101. I'm just telling you, this is the pure definition of a road game against a divisional opponent, literally playing for their playoff life. You could tell, and we always knew it, these guys absolutely hate each other. They all despise each other. They will not hide that. George Pickens also made 2 very stupid penalties that thankfully didn't end up costing the Pittsburgh Steelers a football game. But folks, Pittsburgh is now 9-3 with Russell Wilson. Just keep on winning, man. So welcome back to the channel. Obviously, we're going to be talking about this game. Quick little rapid reaction. Hit that like button, hit that sub button for daily NFL content. We post a couple of Steelers videos every single week as well. Try and get this video to 400 likes. That would mean more to me than you can even understand. Let's talk with Russ, because 29-38, 414 yards, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception. I even just want to say something real quick about, to me, that was clear, blatant. This was on the Steelers' first offensive possession. So they were down 7-0 after this. And I was never worried. I don't think people were worried, but it was just kind of weird because Cam Taylor-Britt was grabbing Pickens' neck. And it was just weird. The announcers, they're always super biased, or they're not super biased, obviously, but they were like, yeah, that was clean. They went to Gene up in the booth. They're like, yeah, that's clean. I'm watching this. I'm like, just almost ripped his helmet off, but neither here nor there. Other than that, and Pickens slipped, and that's why it ultimately was a pick 6. Russ played a pretty perfect game, literally a perfect A+ football game. It's just unbelievable. It was by far his best game as a Pittsburgh Steeler. Even going back to that Browns loss 10 days ago, that never made any sense, but it's a short week. You're on the road. I get it. If it wasn't snowing, I think George Pickens even said that post game, if it wasn't snowing, they wouldn't have stood a chance. But it was clear Pittsburgh was the better team, and it was clear once again Pittsburgh was the better team. The best thing to me is, this defense can give up 38 points whenever they want, or I guess technically 31 because of the pick 6. They can give up 31 points whenever they want, because I know it's just Joe Burrow and the Cincinnati Bengals. It's a huge, kind of felt like a wild card round of a playoff game. But, once again, since he's now 4-8, they're literally fighting for the playoffs. Maybe they can get in at 9-8. Denver's going to have to lose. Teams are going to have to lose, but it's not looking good over in Cincinnati. Russ did a phenomenal job. Najee Harris, 16 carries, 75 yards, and a touchdown. One thing I really noticed watching this game was I hate negative plays. I hate negative, obviously sacks and all that. I hate running backs. That sounds so mean and desperate. I hate when it's a negative rushing play. I notice, and you notice, Najee does not lose yards. He just doesn't. Even when they're stacking the box, they're stacking the line of scrimmage, they're clearly blitzing, Najee still finds a way to get 3 or 4 yards. I love him. This is perfect now that it is especially December in Pittsburgh, or today in Cincy. This is Najee Harris football weather, and he's had just honestly a phenomenal season. George Pickens, 3 catches, 74 yards, and a touchdown. His touchdown was really good. It was weird, man, because he rammed, I think, Jermaine Pratt earlier on in the game, dropped the ball on him, which I thought was hilarious, but obviously resulted in a penalty. I actually don't even remember if Pittsburgh scored on that drive, but the worst one was a 36-yard catch from Russell Wilson that put them inside the 10-yard line. And Pickens does a finger gun and shoots it at the crowd, which I also really enjoyed. But unfortunately, he can't do that in the no fun league, as they like to call the NFL. And he got Broderick Jones in both scenarios. His former teammate at Georgia came up to him, really grabbed him by the helmet, face to face. They like both times chatted for like 10 seconds. So honestly, Pickens looked super engaged, at least as far as I saw. Those were very annoying, and if they had lost this game, we'd be having a very different conversation. But I'm a Packers fan. I love George Pickens. I love dropping the ball on Jermaine Pratt, like we said. And as you guys know, these two teams literally hate each other. They hate every single aspect of each other on both sides of the football. And so, sometimes your emotions get the better of you, but I would like to do, what Pat Fryermuth did. And he caught a touchdown. He had a great game, 6 catches, 68 yards and a touchdown, where he scored. And then he went like right up to the wall, past the end zone. He found like a group of like 10 Bengals fans. It was just like showboating. It was hilarious. But yeah, these guys don't like each other. Let me know your thoughts on George Pickens down below. Jaylen Warren had a great game, 4 catches, 65 yards. Najee Harris, also great receiving game, 6 catches, 54 yards. I'm trying to ram through this because we got to talk about the defense. Calvin Austin had an injury scare early on in the game, but he caught a beautiful 23-yard pass from Russell Wilson for a touchdown. He has been really consistent, really reliable all season, but more so when Russ was implemented as the starter. And also really quickly, Justin Fields won him the football game on a quarterback read on 3rd down. And yeah, shout out Justin Fields for that. That's why they got him. That's why they got both. Defensively, dude, it's unbelievable. And that's what's so crazy to me is they gave up 31 defensive points. And, since he scored 38 times, their defense was awesome. Dante Jackson had another interception. I believe that's his 5th of the season. He was in that Deontay Johnson trade with Carolina in the offseason right before the season began. Patrick Queen had a good game. Sean Elliott had a good game. Cameron Hayward had a phenomenal game. I guess he technically only finished with 1 sack, but he had that he batted the ball that ended up leading to the Dante Jackson interception. TJ Watt had another phenomenal game. He had 2 total sacks. One of them was a strip sack. I think Cam Hayward recovered that. So Hayward always plays Cincinnati great, and he had a phenomenal game. TJ Watt had a phenomenal game. And then you got to go to Nick Herbig's strip sack, forced fumble that Peyton Wilson ran into the end zone. So we'll do a deeper dive of this game, but all in all, 4 total sacks, an interception, 2 forced fumbles, and a defensive touchdown. I think this was a really good game. It's kind of shocking to me. Like I said, penalties were really a big thing. George Pickens had a couple of situations, but other than that, man, I cannot believe the final score is 44-38 because Pittsburgh was by far the best team on the field. Thank you guys so much for watching today's rapid reaction. Hit that like button, hit that sub button for daily NFL content. But guys, give me your thoughts on this game down below. Give me your player of the game. Let me know your thoughts on Russ, George Pickens, what have you, and we will see you in a few days. Peace.